So I'm one of the earliest high school debaters in China. I've been with high school team China and judging at international tournaments. Also, I advise and coach university students in China also. So I think it's first, there's just few people within, right? So either you are debating in American policy or public forum stuff, which requires a lot of research, a lot of data and examples, right? Then there's a high demand into your ability to search for information, which then internet and search engines would be of great help for students to access such activities. Also, comparatively, like other formats, like parliamentary debate formats, are impromptu debates where require students to know about literally each and every debate theme, right? So you need to know things about feminism, you need to know things about governance, philosophy, which then, for high school kids in particular, it's not something that they usually learn at school, right? It requires a lot of like extracurricular reading, and also interaction and learning from people who are more senior, who've digested that information and sharing from those senior and expert, say, people who are enthusiastic to share information. Moving on then is also, I think, from especially a parental perspective, how parents and industries get to recognize more of the value of debating and critical thinking. So our nation's encouraging more of like creations, innovations, and critical thinking then becomes something that's fairly important. So debating is inevitably a way to try to cultivate critical thinking abilities and for people to have like discussions about a variety of topics. And from a family perspective, I think two things. Firstly, parents see a clear competitiveness of students who do debates in applying for top overseas universities. But also that after ex-debaters get into universities, it's a lot easier for them to adapt to these research, discussion culture in unis, which is honestly very different from the like school's culture and learning methods in China. Right? So debaters are a lot more likely to be successful in universities. Right. The last thing that's actually only happening from last year is that companies start to recognize values of people who are trained in debating. But I do think both the corporate perspective starts to recognize people's ability to adjust and present things to the need of a particular pitch or for the need of a particular company. But also that I think in debate education now we are less focusing on only the competitive perspective, but more into, let's say, through debating, right? In order to win a debate, you have to, let's say, for example, make arguments about minorities who you do not necessarily see. You need to make arguments from the interests of people you are not necessarily part of them, right? So in particular, in teaching children of lower age, like middle school or high school kids, the focus of debate education also has, I think, twisted from competitive sense towards cultivating sympathy and empathy, so that they can share the feelings of others, they can better understand other people's feelings and their positions. So that actually a good debater, a well-trained debater, trained by a good coach, is more likely to be a civilized human being that better understands others